So Caleb's dot, going back to our split screen here. Caleb's dot up here is the green one I'm circling just south of Bluffton here as these storms approach his direction, going this way, and he's dropping this way. So we're going to have a visual here fairly soon. Looking back towards the Indy 500, right now you guys are in the clear. If you guys know if you guys are watching from there or have friends or family who are at the Indy 500 today, right now you are clear of any rain and storms, but later on this evening that could change again as we anticipate additional development back here across Illinois. Most of the severe weather this morning has been well south of the area. There are some severe warnings in southern Ohio that we're going to be looking at here near Hillsboro. It is tagged for 60-mile-per-hour winds along this QLCS line, and you can see the increase in your winds all along this line as it pushes in toward Hillsboro. So if you guys have friends and family or you're watching yourself from the southern Ohio area, heading up into the Chillicothe area, Washington Courthouse, Hillsboro, Greenfield, Wilmington areas, you have a gusty, severe gust wind or a gusty, severe storm heading up your way. So don't forget those people down there. If you're watching from the Michigan area, we are continuing to watch this line as it pushes up into Michigan. Currently, not severe at any of these points in the line, but we continue to watch it just in case. What's up, Mystic? Good to see you in here. Aaron says that you are in her neck of the woods, Caleb.
What was that? I didn't catch that.
Just Aaron here in chat said that you're in her vicinity, your area. Must be a local to the Bluffton area. Caleb is currently in the Montpelier area.
I'm actually just north. I am on 218, actually heading due west, coming into Panito. So.
Okay. So if we were to put an X right here, he's about right there. If we were to zoom out and take a peek and then translate that to the map here, he's about right here. And the storm is moving his direction. So we'll have a good visual on the storm here momentarily. Again, not severe. A lot of lightning, though. Some gusty winds, definitely a possibility. It's moving up toward Bluffton, Portland, Huntington areas in the next half hour to an hour. Moving pretty slowly. It's not moving all too terribly quickly. Hey, Ryan, as storms approach Lansing Flint around 7, they strengthen. Any opinion? I don't think it's going to strengthen per se. What you see is probably what you're going to get there, but we could see a little bit of strengthening given daytime heating is going to be at its peak around 4, 5, 6 p.m. So not out of the question, but I don't think it's going to be that much to worry about there, Mike. I think at best we're going to look at isolated severe, which would mean 1 or 2 warnings across the southern part of the state, if that. So not too terribly concerning. Mother Nature is going to keep us on our toes. It already has this year. It already has, no doubt. It's been an active season. It'll continue to be active probably into at least July.
Yeah, we got to get through June yet. So.
Yes, indeed. clouds are awfully intimidating in South Haven. So if we were to go up here and check Michigan for you guys watching again from Michigan, this line is pushing in right now to southwest Michigan. So Benton Harbor areas, getting this line Dowagiac, Penn, all the way down here toward Edwardsburg. And South Haven's just up here. So you may have a shelf cloud pushing into South Haven. It may look mean, but it's just rain, maybe a rumble of thunder at this point. I don't really see much in the way of, I see like 3 strikes of lightning offshore to the west of South Haven. That's about all I see. You know, there's a few here in Berrien County as well, but overall not too concerning. But it could definitely get you some good structure, as in a shelf cloud or some cool looking clouds.
CG activity is really picking up here, Ryan. So
yeah, I see that right there by the Hartford City.
I've seen quite a few out my left window here. So
yeah, it's really picking up. Taking a full screen radar here, we can see all these strikes. If you were to zoom in here from Muncie, Eaton, back up toward Marion, Gas City, it's a really good pocket of increase. Is that thunder I just heard there, Caleb?
Past a tender truck.
Gotcha.
Guys are still trying to side dress corn and plant corn here before the rain comes here. So
makes sense. 15 minutes till race time. Yep, and you are clear for now at the Indy 500. So hopefully it holds out enough to get the race in, but we do have additional development possible this evening. I can't decide, Caleb, if I might take IND or IWX for your location. It's kind of dead center.
I've been bouncing between the two.
You can kind of make out the gust front better on IWX, where you see this little blip in the line, so to speak.
That's what I've been going off of right now.
Yeah, we'll keep it on IWX.
Radar. You can start to see the shelf cloud now. More of an elevated shelf, actually.
A shelf is a shelf. Trees just turned when picking up. Hopefully it's staying just as peaceful, refreshing. You know, up there in Michigan, could get some gusty winds still by you, Jas. But severe weather, watch that evening time frame again after 6, 7 p.m. for your area. It's not a zero threat, but it's still quite low. But with this line passing you right now, the severe risk seems to be quite low, especially where you're at there, Jas, over there by Dowagiac, Berrien County areas. In fact, that initial line's already passed you in Berrien County. So you are all clear, essentially, if you live in Berrien for that line. It's entering Van Buren Cass as a weaker looking system. So appreciate you, Jessica. We're always going to be here whenever we can covering severe. We try to be accurate as possible as well, so we appreciate you and glad we can help you. Mystic and Jas, it's so weird to see you guys without your membership badges. I know we're over on the GLSCN page today, but it's just so weird to see your guys' names without all the badges saying that you're members and stuff. Is Kevin here too? We got the whole clan from MSC watching us today, Caleb.
There we go.
Got Jesse in here, recognize her as well. So again, if you're just tuning in here, Caleb is chasing in northeast Indiana near Wells County. For a point of reference, he's around the Huntington area, Warren, Bluffton, Pinedo, Montpelier, that general vicinity. Out ahead of this line that's pushing up his general direction. Taking a peek at the radar here. So Caleb is roughly right around this area right here. So he's just now getting into a visual on the storm, which is currently has a statement on it for 50 mile per hour winds, which is not severe, but it is getting close to severe limits in some spots, potentially. This is going to be Wells County, Indiana. Yeah, Kevin's in here too. Good to see you, Kevin. Any chance of tornadoes today? With this line, it's very, very low chance. That's currently working through. Let's go ahead and take a radar look really quickly and zoom out. So if you're anywhere ahead of this line, from South Bend all the way down toward Muncie and pushing northeast here, so northeast Indiana here, Fort Wayne, Toledo, Bowling Green, Lima, Defiance, even into southern Michigan, the tornado risk is not zero, but it is very low. The second round, further south later on this evening, would have more of a tornadic risk with it. Looking at the model very quickly, we do see it firing up additional development later on this evening. Let it load in here. There we go. There's your development out there in southern Illinois. That will spark additional storms. These would have some tornadic potential, but it's going to stay well south of Springfield, Indianapolis. So if you guys are watching from southern Illinois, Indiana, you guys have the highest risk tonight for a couple of tornadoes being possible. Okay. North of Indianapolis tonight, north of Springfield, your threat is very, very low. And here we go with Caleb approaching this storm here.
We'll see the shelf cloud here in just a couple of seconds. There you go.
Getting closer to it. There's a good lightning strike.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you guys are in here watching from Michigan, so as this line down here, not the one up here in Cass County right now, the one that Caleb is on is heading up towards southeast Michigan later on today. That does have some amount of gusty wind potential with it, especially as daytime heating is about to peak. But also, I'm noticing here on radar that Cass County winds are picking up near Cassopolis as well, and Vandalia. So this line does look to be strengthening in spots and weakening in others, but still, I think that there is some amount of gusty wind potential across southern Michigan with this line, if you're out ahead of it. And also, same goes for northeast Indiana here and northwest Ohio as it pushes in your areas. But I know we have a lot of viewers here from Michigan, so I wanted to get you guys up to speed with this. That is a beautiful, beautiful view there, Caleb.
Well, I was going to turn south here, but looks like they closed 3 again.
Uh-oh.
But I see the closure, and I think I have a road option before that barricade.
Yeah, if just so you know, Caleb, if anything goes severe in Michigan, I probably should hop off here, but I'll leave you up.
All good.
Don't think it will, but just so you know in the event. Ypsilanti checking in. What's up, Tricky? Taking a look at radar here while Caleb continues to get into position. Take it full. There we go. Looking at this line again. Caleb.
Never mind.
What?
Oh, it is closed at the river. I can't quite make it to that road option. That's okay.
Oh, man.
I swear, this highway has construction on it every summer, and it never gets done.
I think that's like the case everywhere because there's always that one road or one project that's been going on for ages. Up here in Michigan, where I'm at locally, we have what we call US 12. They've been working on the US 12 overpass from US 23 for almost like 2.5 years now. It's still not done. And those are 2 main intersections too. But yeah, Caleb is currently right here near the Mount Pelier, just north of Mount Pelier here. We'll call him Keystone, around the Keystone area. This line is approaching him. Looking at the winds, again, there's some pockets in here that could be gusty. We see some darker and some brighter colors. Just kind of scattered throughout there, so that could be indicative of a gust front there, localized gust fronts at least. So we'll see what he gets here as the line passes over him, but he's right in good position, ready for this. And I think he's heading, if I had to guess, are you heading east?
Right now, I'm backtracking to get a position.
Oh, you're
And
going
then I'm heading west. I was going to head south into it, but that road option is not available.
Perfect.
But here's a good view of it for you.
That is really beautiful. Nice little shelf there. Looks like there's some embedded, like there's almost two shelves. There's one up top there, and there's some low-hanging clouds below it.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's an extended shelf or almost a whale's mouth or what we have going on here.
It's still a beautiful look there. You gotta love storms, man. You gotta love storms, especially non-severe storms. Not doing damage, just beautiful. Uh-oh.
Yep, always fun to watch. Oh, boy.
Well, he sounded angry.
Don't really know what to say there.
Did I hear that right? He squealed his tires on his way out?
Yeah, he peeled out.
Interesting.
I think he stopped in to take a look and was a little heavy on the gas on the way out.
Well, you also have a marked vehicle too, so it's not like people have to question what you're doing. But yeah, that is a gorgeous storm. You gonna let it pass over you?
That's the plan here. If you go too far west here, you run into the river. So,
where are you at exactly? So I know on the map where you're.
This is State Road 3 and 218.
Okay. There's one. Where? Okay, I'm trying to find you here. Okay, 3 and 218.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Yep. Perfect. Drop a pin there for you. Here we go.
I don't think I'm gonna go all the way to Bedford. I'm gonna ride the highway in between Bedford and then just take 69 back up.
And again, this is currently not severe, although it is, in my terminology, statemented for 50-mile-per-hour winds and pea-size hail.
Not sure how much of that is mixing down or staying aloft.
We're about to find out.
We'll find out here shortly.
And for those of you who don't know, Caleb actually has a weather station mounted to his truck, so he gets to measure all sorts of data, wind, dew point, humidity, temperature, all sorts of neat little stuff. So we'll have a good idea of what the storm is doing as it passes over him here.
All right. I'm going to head west here, kind of go into the core of that heavier cell just outside Warren there. Kind of get a good idea if anything's going to mix down or not.
Yeah, cool. We should work on getting your weather station in like a separate window so we can show like the real-time data. That'd be cool to see.
I have to play with that a little bit to see if I can get it to.
Because you can broadcast, or you can it uploads to Davis, right? Like there's an online portal for that.
There is, yeah.
So all you have to do on my end of things is sign into that, and then I can just create a box to display it. That should be fairly easy to do. It kind of looks mean from a distance.
So it is a whale's mouth. It's an extended shelf.
Gotcha.
The leading edge is actually going over right now. I'm going to pull over right here just to look at the underbelly of this thing.
Losing data. Yeah, Jess, that's probably right. Probably peeled out there, and he probably saw you were a storm chaser, Caleb, and you peeled out thinking you're about to get hit by a tornado. What's up, Gary? Taking a peek real quick back at radar. So Caleb is currently right about here, driving into the storm to the west. And the heavier pockets of wind are kind of intermixed within here. So what are you seeing out there, Caleb? Anything of note? Anything gusty or anything? Looks like we got some connection issues there.
If I had to estimate the winds, let me stop here and get a measurement. But I don't think they're going to be greater than 15.
Pretty dull.
Yeah, right now we're at 11.
Yeah, Jesse, right now the Indy 500 is clear, although there is a chance later tonight for additional storms to impact. So if you are there yourself or know people who are there, I'll let them know. We have more potentially later on this evening. But for right now, you're all clear to start. So the storm that Caleb is in has a statement for 50 mile per hour winds, but what Caleb is experiencing here is definitely not 50. So that just means that the storm is not completely mixing down to the ground, which is great news. If you can hear me, Caleb, your connection is spotty. If we were to take radar here and just kind of look at this entire line, It's got a statement or a warning on it all the way from about Fort Wayne all the way back down here. If you take a look at the bottom part of this line, this is well developed down here in southern Ohio, as well as what is this, Kentucky here, almost into West Virginia. And all these warnings are for 60-mile-per-hour winds with tornado possible tags. Very classic QLCS look further south here. So South Ohio especially, you can get these little kinks in the line here, which could try to spin tornadoes and stuff like that. So hence the tornado possible tag. But we do cover Ohio. I just don't have any chasers down there currently. But if you guys do happen to live out in front of this, Chillicothe, Circleville, looking ahead of this, Lancaster, Nelsonville, Athens, you guys need to be on alert for this. Definitely indoors at the very least as this line passes through, as this does at the very least contain really heavy winds here, severe winds, and also the potential for a tornado, quick spin up type of tornado with it. So they have the instability down there to work with. Up here we have a little bit less, so this is why it's not that concerning, but still we can't ignore that risk just in case with this line pushing northeast. Just not really organized at this point though, which is kind of how we expect it to continue. You got Caleb back in here with us. Looks like he just disconnected, reconnected, and it looks like it's still trying to connect here. What's your plan on now, Caleb?
Right now, I'm gonna get back ahead of it here.
Shouldn't be too big of a task considering it's moving at like what, 30 miles an hour?
Yeah, it's not moving very fast.
And for some reason, my stream is playing in the background, which I did not play that, but okay, shut that off. We also do have Cody and Ben chasing today in the Van Wert area, Van Wert, Ohio. I heard of this line too, so we'll see if they jump on here. But we do have those guys currently positioned, which if you're unfamiliar, for example, right now, Caleb is right about here in this line, and Van Wert is right up here. So we got about another 2-3 counties to get through. Only like probably two hours before it gets to Van Wert, for being honest. It's so slow. Maybe about an hour and a half. A new special weather statement has just been issued for the Fort Wayne Metro. Again, wind gusts up to 50, they're saying, as well as pea-size hail. Probably just precautionary, just in case the storm ends up strengthening and mixing some stuff down to the ground. It does have that potential, and it also is moving into a decent environment with unstable air. So, what is the threat for Piqua or Pickleway, Ohio? I've heard it pronounced both ways. I want to say it's Pickaway, but I know you're down here somewhere. Where you at? I know you're down here somewhere.
75
That's what I thought. There it is.
outside Sydney, I think.
Yeah, I got you. So you got some storms heading your way. I think the same thing applies as we're talking about up here. It's not currently mixing down to the ground, but some gusty winds still remain possible. I do think any tornadic risk, any like severe risk, is going to stay south, where you see all these yellow boxes down here. Let's take a look at the radar full so you guys can see this better. This is all your warnings down here in southern Illinois, or sorry, southern Ohio down through Kentucky. Back up here, though, and especially for your area there, up here, Pequot, Pickaway. This is moving up your way, and right now it's not severe. But it does have a low chance to become severe. If it does, gusty winds would be your primary risk. What is the threat for Stark County, Ohio? Let me first find where Stark County is. I believe it's over there in East Central, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So number one, I think you should be fine for the most part and avoid most of the significant severe. I would watch tonight, though. With this first line pushing your way later on this evening, you could definitely see some gusty winds as well. I don't think your overall risk is too terribly high over there, though. Appreciate everybody hopping on here, tuning into the stream. Looking at the radar there, Joel, or not Joel, but Caleb, down near the IWX radar in that Kosciuszko County. Looks like we're getting some gusty winds close to 50 or even 60, about 300 feet off the ground. So I wonder if they're going to get a warning on that one. Can you hear me, Caleb?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look at the storm heading up toward the IWX radar on velocity.
Yeah, I do see that.
There's no warning, no statement on this, but this is only 300 feet off the ground, according to GR2 here. And they're picking up winds 50 or so miles per hour, which is still below severe limits. But the difference with this storm versus the one, say, where Caleb is on, is the radar beam height. The radar's right here. So the radar's only going out to right here, which is only around 300, to get an exact estimate, about 340 feet off the ground. So that's only about a football field off the ground, which is very close. So that's likely mixing down here. So that's moving more so to the northeast, directly toward North Webster, Silver Point, Oswego, Lakeview Spring. So if you guys are in those areas, definitely hunker down inside. Again, not tornadic, but gusty winds could definitely be mixing down here and blow your trash can into your neighbor's yards. Caleb right now, I believe, is in the Huntington area, or Montpelier area, should I say. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Between Warren and Huntington.
Okay. How do you pronounce that county, though, Caleb? Is it Kosciuszko? Kosciuszko?
Kosciuszko.
Kosciuszko, okay. Cool. Caleb is from this area. I am not, so. I'm surprised you're not going to put a statement or a warning out for this. It's so close to the radar here. You can kind of see a bit of a gust front. It's probably where your shelf cloud's at now. Looks like Caleb's coming potentially out of that soon. Heard the rain kind of die down there for a second. I see you're stopped. This is Indiana, northeast Indiana. For Michigan right now, Keegan, no. I got a 61 mile per hour gust now, not gust, but radar indicated just south of Oswego. So we're talking severe winds about 200 feet off the ground with no warning.
Whoa! What is going on? I don't know if you can see the rain blowing in the camera or not, but we are at 35 miles an hour. At 40 miles an hour.
You're on the front side or back side of that line?
Kind of right in the middle, right between Warren and Markle, just on the east side of I-69. That would actually put me on the backside.
But yeah, that's where the gust front actually is, though, right now, Caleb. So it makes a lot of sense. If we take the radar here full, zoom out, this darker area here is your gust front, and Caleb was talking to him being on the east side near Markle, which is right here. So that's right where Caleb is at, where he's getting those strongest winds. So that would line up very well with radar. And this area up here by the radar, about 150 feet off the ground, is still gusting close to 50, 55 miles per hour. Julie, I think it's a combination of kind of both things going on there. This is going to be northeast Indiana, Cindy. Bill Paxton warned you. Going green. Hey, Kale, looks like the latest scans off IWX are starting to increase that gust front as it pushes in toward Fort Wayne.
What was that, Ryan?
Looks like the latest IWX scan is pushing that gust front, strengthening it as it goes to Fort Wayne.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here, yeah. Kind of on the northwest side of Huntington between that and Roanoke. Is that kind of what you're saying there?
Yeah, taking a look at the radar here, this darker grayish area is kind of what we're looking at. Anywhere from down here by Portland up here, but it gets really stronger looking here toward Huntington up through the Warsaw area. That's going to push northeastward. So that gust front looks to be picking up some intensity with it. Take a look back here. It's just kind of becoming more defined as it pushes up. So if you're in the Fort Wayne metro, you could have some gusty winds heading your way. Looks like they had a new SWS put out here, waiting for it to pop in. Not sure what counties. Looks like it's going to be Huntington and Whitley counties. So right here. So they're getting a hold of this line, looks like. Gust to 50 is what it says. I'm shocked they're still not warning or putting SWS on the one over the radar currently, because winds here are still upwards of close to severe. We had 58 to 61 at one point, and now latest scan, it's over the radar currently. So we're going to have to wait a few minutes until it comes out the other side to get an idea of how strong it is. So we'll have to wait and come back to that. But that was close to the ground. We're getting those gusts. So. Melinda says it's starting to flood the roads between Liberty Center and Hartford City. Can only go 35 miles per hour because of the rain. That is weird, Jess. It shouldn't be that way. I can look into it, though. So, Jas, if you're still here, I just sent an invite link to everybody who has joined. Check your messenger on Facebook and see if you got that from me. Caleb, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to take a 2 or 3 minute break, okay?
Okay, you're good.
I'm going to run you duel with radar if you don't mind.
Currently, we're coming into Markle, Indiana. What we're going to do here, we're going to head east and then get out ahead of this thing again. And we'll see if we can punch through it. But not too much to write home about. Probably the biggest takeaway from these storms is the heavy rainfall. Rainfall rates are around 1 to 2 inches an hour within this line, and it's not moving all that fast. So there's a lot of ponding and a lot of water on the roadways. All right, let's see if we can get to the other side here. So far, there hasn't been any hail with this, just heavy rain.
There we go. I'm back.
I don't know if you can hear me, Ryan, but I told everybody we are heading east on 124 or 224, and we are going to see if we can get ahead of it again.
Gotcha. Where are you at exactly?
Just outside of Markle on State Road 124. Or, sorry, 116, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I see you there. You may have to go to Ohio to get out of it there, dude. It's coming in pretty quick now. You're going to be in rain all the way to the state line at the very least.
pretty heavy rain, though. Right now, we're probably at about 2 inches an hour.
Oh, really? Is that a trailer in front of you?
Semi moving at 15 miles an hour. But with this spray, I can't see if there's anyone coming or not.
Yeah, be safe. Safety first. Taking a peek out here back into radar for a minute. Looking at that line of storms here pushing in the vicinity of Northwest Ohio now, as well as extreme Northeast Indiana. Again, all the severe weather we're kind of watching is still way down here to our south. There is some warning still for Southern Ohio. Let's not forget those people. This is our coverage area. Just don't have any chasers down there, unfortunately. Jackson, Wellston, Athens, Nelsonville, Logan, Lancaster, and anywhere between those areas, Laurelville, Whistler, Kingston, Gibsonville, Creola, Star, Middleport, you guys need to be indoors. The storm is packing some gusty winds, also potential here for some spin-up tornadoes as well with that line. But luckily further north here for the majority of population, it's got one issued here for Dayton now. Just popped in. Not surprising with that one. 60 mile per hour winds with that one. But overall, this line is much more potent to the south here. As you can see, it's really organized, looks really good on radar. Up here, just got some scattered, little blobs. Like this one right here is a good looking blob, I guess we'll call it a miniature QLCS. Then further north, up here toward Fort Wayne, it's not as organized here, which is great news. But still got a good gust front in there from Bluffton all the way up in toward western Fort Wayne Metro. Take Caleb back here full screen. Yeah, Jess, if you just made that Facebook account, it might be just because you're limited with your new account. I'm not sure if that's the case, but it may be something that'll wait like a week or a certain amount of time before you can actually join group chats or something. That'd be my best guess for you, but again, I'm not entirely sure. I can try to add you directly and see what happens. Although it doesn't really let me do much of anything just because it's a subscriber chat. So if you're not in the group itself, it's not going to let me add you, but you should be in that group. So I'll see if I can add you to it.
I'll tell you what the rain rate is here in a second, Ryan. Let me sit here for a couple minutes.
Okay. Ryan, he is somewhere on 116 in northeast Indiana near Mount Pelier, Bern, Geneva, Bluffton, that general vicinity.
.5, Ryan.
2.5 inches an hour. Looks like there might be some ponding of water in the fields off to your right and left as well.
Uniondale, Indiana on US 224 is where I'm at. So just southwest of Ossian there in that really heavy band there.
Yeah, it's looking less and less impressive, Caleb, as it continues northeastward.
Yeah.
It's becoming more so disorganized into individual cells. The gust front's still there heading into Fort Wayne. That's picking up some steam, but the ZDR and also just the organization looks like it's going more of an individual cell versus linear. Caleb, looks like we have some colliding boundaries just to the east of the radar in North Webster, near Wolf Lake and Merriam. You copy that?
What'd you say, Ryan?
Looks like we have some colliding boundaries potentially just east of the radar here in North Webster, near Wolf Lake in Noble County. Look on your velocity; it's looking like it's merging.
A little bit. I got a train here.
What I'm basically looking at is if we were to slow this down here, go take a velocity, look at this. If we look at this area right up here, we back this up. So let's go and take this full for you guys to see this. So we have this boundary or wind pushing this way, and then this is coming up this way. And as it moves, it kind of collides together. We zoom in here, and that is what caught my eye, where the green and red are meeting here. So basically, red is going away from the radar, which is this way, and green's going toward it. So that could be some very, very weak rotation with that, but latest scan looks like it's not much to worry about. But still, colliding boundaries are something that we always watch for, as we can get some interesting spinny things happening. So we'll keep an eye on that. That'd be Noble County in northeast Indiana, just to the east of North Webster.
That was a heavier pocket there. I think the biggest takeaway here is just the rainfall rates, Ryan, and just ponding. The strongest winds I've had is 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be.
And that was maybe 20 minutes ago.
Right. How long you got to chase it for?
I don't know. Right now, it's not worth going into Ohio for. It's just I wouldn't even call it marginal.
Think about ending the stream then, or what are you thinking?
We'll go to Decatur here, and then we'll see what she does here. We'll give her about 10 minutes here.
Alrighty. Made the account May 8th. Still have nothing anywhere I can find. Who knows? Maybe this. Yeah, that's weird, Jess. Are you a page or are you a profile? I'm assuming you're going to be a profile. And if that's the case, there shouldn't be an issue. But if you're a page, it may be a little bit different. Does this change the outlook for Michigan? No, not really. Not really at all. With this line here, it could still have pockets of heavier wind. We're gonna watch it. So severe risk, yes, low for Michigan still. We already have chasers out ahead of this, and we also have Joel and Nick on standby for streaming duty in case stuff goes severe up in Michigan. So we're ready to rock and roll in case it does go severe.
You can see your shelf cloud then, Ryan.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Jas, we can try that way. Tricky's talking about if you want to send me a friend request. I don't know if you know my last name or not. Looks like we got a special weather statement now for that storm heading up into, looks like Cass County. Is that right?
Yeah.
Nope, St. Joseph. So this storm right here that's in northern Indiana does have a little bit gustier winds with it. So they're going to go ahead and do a statement for that. That's Michigan's first statement of the day. 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we'll have to kind of watch that. It's about to enter into Michigan. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Sturgis, Three Rivers, Nottawa, White Pigeon, Constantine, that general area. I know we have Alex out there already in Constantine. So he'll be on that storm. I got a shear line going on now, Caleb, with that cell you're on. Or, not sorry, but to your north in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I see that on radar.
Yeah, Jas, send me a friend request. We can do it that way. All right, let's see if I can add you that way. Just got a new MD out for South Illinois. Tornado watch likely for South Illinois coming in the next couple of hours. It'll also be for Missouri, Arkansas, and surrounding areas, it says. Okay, I'm going to try and add you in here. Jas, if you're still watching here. No, that's weird. It says cannot be invited when I try and click on your name. I click it, it says this feature isn't available to everyone. I've never seen that before. Yeah, I'm going to try and dig into it there, Jas. I don't understand what's going on with this either. All right, so looking at the storm back where Caleb is at, looks like the bulk of it is,
The strongest is north of Fort Wayne.
yeah, looking at your vicinity there, looks like it's about to move out into Ohio here momentarily. I know, Caleb, that storm heading up into Michigan looks pretty strong near Shipshewana.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too. It looks sub-severe, but it's getting more organized.
Right.
And you're referring to the one coming in the Sturgis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, tornado warning now for Troy, Ohio, just north of Dayton.
It's always Dayton.
It is. I don't know what it is about Dayton. It's like Van Wert South.
All right, take a peek at that real quick here. So your box is going to be this red box and all the green and yellow conglomerate of other boxes. We're going to take a peek here at radar. The good thing about the Dayton area is we actually have radar really close here, and there you go. Just north of Clayton, looks like, in Ohio. We're going to have some broad rotation there, looks like. It was definitely a little bit stronger. Might have been on the ground there for a brief minute. Is this a confirmed, or is this okay, it's radar indicated. Let's take a peek at CC and see what we show up here. This is actually a good tool to kind of show you guys here what we kind of look for with radars and stuff like that. So we have a couple of radars here. We have one from Wilmington, which is down here, which is a couple thousand feet off the ground. We look at this warning, there's really nothing here that concerns us. Maybe like just a bit here, I'd say just north of Clayton. But taking the Dayton radar, which is, where you at? Right up here. This is only a couple hundred feet off the ground. We can actually see the rotation very, very distinctly within this line. This is where airport radars come in really good handy here, because we would not have seen this off of the Wilmington radar. So area of interest here, it's going to be north of Clayton, just to the looks like just to the north and west of Ingleton, or Inglewood, should I say, pushing northward. So it's going to be impacting places like Garland, West Milton, Kessler, Frederick, Ludlow Falls, Laura, up toward Pleasant Hill, as well as Troy. So if you guys live in this warning, definitely take it seriously. Rotation is definitely there, although it looks like it has weakened out just a bit, but there's also a couple other areas of rotation within this line as well. Classic QLCS, one here, one back here, also one over here as well. Like, we have so many areas here of weak rotation to watch. Most concerning does look to be that Englewood area, right about this area, pushing northward. Take a look at the CC on that. That's what I wanted to do, and see if we see anything with it. CC is clean, which is good news. Interesting. All right. And just for reference, that's going to be for the county of Miami and Montgomery counties.
The cell just south of Decatur is starting to look a little bit better on radar.
Yeah, it is. This line is starting to pick up intensity here.
Yeah. I'm going to head on 224 and head outside of Decatur.
Okay. A cell heading in toward Michigan here near Sturgis continues to look like it has some gusty winds over Shipshewana. Getting roughly 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts on radar here. So if you are in White Pigeon, Sturgis, Nottawa, Three Rivers area, that's going to be the general vicinity of movement for this storm. Had a Mesonet report a 53 mile per hour gust at 2:15 p.m. Just west of Hartford City near Marion. That is a cute little town you're in there, Caleb.
Yep, good old Decatur, Indiana. Not a bad town. Look just north of Monroe, Ryan. Almost like a little gust front there.
Yeah, a little pocket of something going on.
It got a lot darker too. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not. But
Oh yeah, we can see it. We'll take back radar here really quick and go over that tornado warning again in Dayton. Got a couple areas of interest actually within that Boeing segment. Checking out the radar here with this warning for Miami County. A couple areas of interest here. Number one is over here, all along this line really. But along this line, one area, main area is going to be right here. Secondary area right here. A couple areas here, and one area over here. Okay, we have all these QLCS little kinks that can happen along this leading edge of this line here. None of these look too incredibly tight. This one does have a couplet. It's not very weak, just to the east of Nashville here. So keep an eye on that. But this does have potential as it moves up into the area to produce quick spin-up type tornadoes in Miami County near Dayton. Okay. Your tornado warning here is in effect until roughly 4:15 p.m. All along this line here. There's not one area that's more promising than anything else here. Anywhere from the radar, Tip City, north of Tip City, back toward West Milton, heading north. We're going to take a look at our CC again just to be safe. I don't think anything's on the ground there, but we'll look at it just to be safe. CC is clean, so nothing on the ground that radar is picking up, at this time at least. This is going to be near Dayton, Ohio, where this tornado warning is at currently. Then Caleb is chasing up toward Decatur, Indiana. New scan here, have a couple couplets to go over. Just north of Nashville, same one we just talked about. Just to the east of Kessler, crossing Kessler, Cowellsville Road, moving north. Another area down here toward Grayson to be concerned about as well. Nothing tight over there, but man, this is interesting. This is why QLCS is so hard to track, because all along these lines, you could have these quick spin-up type tornadoes. They're going to happen here, 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 here. Like, there's so many different areas within these QLCS lines. So when we talk about quick spin-up type tornadoes, this is what we talk about all the time. This is a pretty classic example. It also is a good example of why Doppler radar, for example, this one back down here toward Wilmington, right here, this is the radar we're seeing with pretty much nothing happening within this line. We just look at this and go, okay, gusty winds. But we have a radar from the airport which reaches really close to the ground right there, and that gives us a tremendous help looking into these storms here. We can get the gust front, we can get velocity, wind speeds, very, very close to the ground. So if you were in this warning here just now for Miami County, we trimmed it back here from Montgomery. So just Miami County in general, you guys have that warning in effect until 4:15 p.m. Be alert all throughout that warning. There's no one particular area that could be tornadic. It could all be tornadic across the entire warning box. And even just outside that warning box to the east here, like towards the Dayton radar, Casstown areas, could still see a quick spin up type of happen here. So if you are in or close to that tornado warning box, you guys need to be inside, indoors, in your interior closet, basement. It would be best, but if you don't have a basement, bathtub, interior room, hallway, lowest part, interior part of your house. I'm going to take Caleb back here on full.
Just about ready through. There's your shelf cloud in front of me there.
Nice. I can just make it out.
Really surprised. No pea-size hail in that.
Yeah, VIL did not look very very good at all, if we're being honest. Check out that storm up here in Cass County, or sorry, St. Joseph County. Still has a good gust front with it heading into Sturgis and White Pigeon along US 12 right now. Again, doesn't look too severe, although winds are picking up close to 50 miles per hour on the leading edge of that. So still could see some gusts here. Again, wouldn't be shocked to see a few warnings, severe warnings here in the state today, or anywhere across Michigan, or even northeast Ohio, or northeast Indiana, northwest Ohio potentially as well. So we'll watch it. Yeah, Three Rivers right now for you. I'm going to try and find you here exactly. Where's 131? There you go. Yeah, it's heading up your way. Wind gust right now would be up to 50, so just below severe criteria. Yeah, Amanda, so for interior, like basement and like interior room, basement type of stuff, that's more so for like tornadoes and extreme straight line wind events. This one doesn't scream you have to take shelter. So it could get gusty for sure, but as long as you're indoors, you're going to be just fine. So Caleb is chasing near Decatur, Indiana. And we're kind of tracking this line all the way down from about Dayton all the way up to St. Joseph County in Michigan. So about Three Rivers all the way down to Dayton is where this line is. Latest look on that tornado warning near Dayton does look to be weakening out just a bit. We'll see if that continues. Nothing immediate concerns me at that warning.
Just crossed state line into Van Wert County. So if I lose cell service, I'm sorry. Ohio is not known for their cell service on the northwest side.
Do you think the risk is higher than it looked earlier for Southeast Michigan? Not really, Mystic. Not really at all. I think the threat's pretty much the same. In fact, we're going to get a new SPC here and do it in 4 minutes. We can take a peek at what they're thinking here as well. Go ahead and bring that up in chat here and get that ready to roll. There we go. Perfecto. We're going to let this roll in here. And you guys should be able to hear that as it pops in. So when it gets issued, you're going to hear that ding. Let me know if you guys heard it. Perfect. So you're going to hear that ding as soon as the SPC issues it. Just got notification that we're going to get a moderate risk in South Illinois and perhaps South Indiana for tonight's squall line expectations. Not surprising with that. I'm in Jones, Michigan. Should I be on alert? For gusty winds, yes. Currently not severe. There's a low chance it may become severe. Other than that, there's no risk right now for like tornadoes or stuff like that. But definitely could see some gusty winds there. It's heading right now for Centerville and Nottawa.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you stopping? Please don't slam on your brakes in front.
All right, well, he gets that figured out here. We're going to take back the radar here for that Jones area for you. So Three Rivers is right here. So here's the area of higher gusty winds here from Sturgis over to White Pigeon, moving pretty much due northward. Okay, I'm not exactly sure where Jones is. Here's Three Rivers. Here's Centerville, Nottawa, Fabius. I'm going to try and find Jones. Okay, Jones is well off to the west there, so you're probably okay over there. If you're on the, we're going to say east side of Three Rivers or 131 toward Nottawa, Colon, Centerville, you have some gusty winds on radar heading your way. These may or may not be mixing down to the ground. Keep that in mind. These may just be elevated winds, but regardless, prepare for some gusty winds up to 50 or so miles per hour. Okay. Currently over US 12 from Sturgis to White Pigeon, moving up here. What road is this? This is going to be Featherstone Road, that general area. Okay. Looks like Caleb is disconnected. Not sure exactly what happened there. I think somebody slammed his brakes on in front of him. Taking a peek back down here toward that tornado warning here in Dayton. It's pretty close to the radar, so we're going to probably get some weird returns. We are still getting weird returns. So we're going to have to wait for this to pop out on the other side of the radar here, which is about to. Not seeing anything significant going on with that, though, which is good news. those QLCS spin ups can be very quick happening. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Caleb, you back with us?
Yep, I'm back.
All right, sweet. What happened there?
Where?
The guy in front of you slammed the brakes on, I assume?
Oh, I don't really know what he was doing. There is nothing in front of him. He just decided that was a good place to stop, I guess.
Well, the old saying always goes, storm chasing, the most dangerous part of storm chasing is not the chasing itself, or not the weather itself, it's the driving.
A lot of truth to that.
Jas, do you have messages turned on? Here, let me see if I can message you directly on my profile. Hold on. Okay, yeah, okay, I got you. Let me see if I can add you now that we've messaged. Yeah, it's still won't let me do it.
I just got a notification that they're getting ready to start the Indianapolis 500 here in about 30 minutes.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Holy cow.
I'm kind of surprised they're trying to run it today.
A little bit.
I'm going to pull over here and look at the latest runs to see if I'm going to head south for tonight or what I am going to do.
Alrighty. Still waiting on SPC day one. You'll still hear that sound pop in once they do issue it. Let me look at that, Caleb. I don't really know off the top of my head. I mean, that's not a bad area at all. Maybe just a little bit further south than that, though, although you get into the river valley at that point.
It's not so much east of there, it's west of there that I don't like.
Right. I don't think it's a bad spot. Check out the NAM 3, though, firing off cells up toward Renuncular, or whatever you pronounce it, like Knox.
The NAM's also been a little bit...
Yeah, the environment's not as good up there as it is down as well.
So I honestly think it's been overmixed up there, overworked.
Probably.
Now you have more surface vorticity closer to the low, but at the same time, your lapse rates are going to be very low.
Right.
Just the atmosphere is overworked.
Do you see that little bit of area near Monroeville, Caleb? Looks like it's trying to...
I see that there next to the CG outside Convoy.
Yeah, Dixon area.
Yeah, you kind of have some cell mergers there. I would be surprised if that did anything, but that boundary's been there for about 20 minutes now.
It's kind of caught my eye there real quick. Well, we do have chasers up here in Van Wert, so they're right on that. And I know you're right there too, so.
Just to the south of Convoy is where I'm at.
Yeah, I see it. Oh, you're right by Cody. Cody's out there
Oh,
right
yeah.
by you.
Oh, is he?
And so is Ben too. Still waiting for the SPC, guys. They're going to upgrade to a moderate for the southern Illinois, Indiana areas by the Ohio River. I'm not sure what they're going to do up here for the northern part. It should be right there. Yeah, Tricky, it should be. I can check that real quick, though.
But even the HRRR still has a cell trying to fire in Lake County. But you're at 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's a little bit too late. Hey, Jeannie, Vincent's is clear for now. Later on tonight, though, you're going to get slammed by a potentially nasty squall line with winds and potential embedded tornadoes. So pay attention tonight. But for right now, you are A-OK for a few hours.
It's like a ninth burst of wind going through St. Joseph County indicated by radar.
All right, you guys hear all those ding, ding, dings? That should be the day one.
Oh, that's an interesting feature in front of me.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Actually has structure to it.
Actually, guys, never mind. That was not the day one. That was a mesoscale discussion. Go figure.
Surprise.
Which way are you facing? East?
South.
You're facing south, and you are near Decatur there.
I'm actually looking towards Wiltshire.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of off coloration there near Wilshire there, Caleb. Interesting.
It's the most structure I've had all day. I don't really know what to make of it based on radar.
Jeannie, this is Decatur area of Indiana on the Ohio border. Still waiting for SPC. Any motion with that, Caleb? I don't really see much on my end.
Not really. I mean, there's some left to right, but nothing really in the way of rotation.
Gotcha.
It's just more of a shelf cloud, I think, just protruding out of the rain.
What are you thinking then, Caleb?
Not sure yet. I have time to make it south for tonight, plenty of time. right now I'm intrigued by this feature.
You too, Jeannie. You too. Still waiting on SBC. What's taking so long? You know, Caleb, from a distance, if you just kind of show me the picture of that, it looks like a wall cloud because it's slanted to the left toward the rain as well. It looks like it's building off the rain cooled air.
That's why I can't stop looking at it.
Like it looks like a wall cloud, dude. Like legitimately.
Structure-wise, yes. Motion-wise, no.
It's so weird.
But it is Van Wert County.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
When radar looks like crap, stuff still happens in Van Wert County.
So your radar beam there, Caleb, is roughly 4,500 feet off the surface. Just keep that in mind too.
Right. I mean, they're on the nose of this cell, just south of Convoy. There's some... I mean, I don't really want to call it rotation, but...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. It's looking like it's... I'll take radar to show these guys so we're not, over exaggerating this. But down where Caleb's at, right about here, we're getting this off coloration here of these brighter greens and a little bit off color, like darker greens and grays. That would be a little bit of indicative of a gust front, sometimes some rotation. But also keep in mind, Caleb, that Dayton cell looked like crap from the Wilmington radar too, but on Dayton's radar it looked awesome. So these might be low top today, dude. But yeah, he's right here in this general area. It's pushing up his way, so I'm going to take him back here. It looks like it's right in front of him still. Looks like a wall cloud, dude. I'm going to tell you that. It looks exactly like a wall cloud.
Right.
I'll be right back.
It is the most structure I've had all day, guys, so... The base is getting lower to the ground. I will admit that. we'll turn north here, and you guys will get a better look at what I'm looking at. I would have to call it a shelf cloud, but
All right, I'm back. Anything of interest there, Caleb?
not really. I'm still trying to gain an idea of what exactly it is. I'm behind the structure now. It's there off to the right, but
SWS now for Allegan, Kent, Ottawa, and Barrie counties until 5:15 p.m. for gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour. That's going to be for this line out ahead north of Kalamazoo. So not the one that's currently SWS in St. Joseph County. That's different. This is a different one. This is the one that's not SWS anymore, but still gusty winds here. Then the one that just got SWS or statemented is heading in toward Grand Rapids metro area here. And looking on the line here, got some gusts. Still waiting on SPC, huh?
come on, internet. Of course, something's going to happen when I don't have internet.
This is in Decatur or so, Indiana, crossing the border into Ohio actually now. General area Van Wert. Looks like we just lost Caleb here. New scan coming in. Doesn't look too terribly impressive. There's your live shot of Kalamazoo downtown there. Just some rain, no real structure we make out anything. Still got a pocket of heavier wind here between Leonard. I knew how to pronounce that, but I'm having a brain fart. Just to the west of Colin, north of Ottawa here. Wait for Caleb to pop back in here. They let it, I believe, canceled it, but I'm not sure why, given that there's still some elevated velocity here north of Ottawa here. So I'm not sure why. It may have expired. I'm not sure. But they didn't see a need to extend it. But, I mean, radar here would definitely suggest that it potentially is still gusting in that vicinity. Still waiting on SPC here. Go ahead and take him back full. I have an Amazon package supposed to come today. I was hoping it was going to come before too late. It says 5:15 to 7:15.
$10 says at 7 o'clock they're going to drive by your house.
You know, this is an ongoing joke, guys. So the Amazon is always late to my house, it seems. And there was one time where I was the next stop. The next stop, if you guys want to track Amazon, it'll say how many stops away it is. I was the next stop, waiting for it all day long. I'm so excited for it. The guy turned around basically just down the street and went back to the station because he hit his time limit. I was so mad. I did not get my package for 2 extra days after that. It was 100 yards away from being delivered, and the guy just, yeah. and then, guys, that's not the end of the story. There's another story here. Amazon sometimes will send out independent contractors like you and I. They can sign up, drive for Amazon, they'll get paid money, they'll go deliver packages. Well, I watched somebody, not sure who it was, not going to, say where exactly. Okay, SPC just issued, by the way. We'll dive into that momentarily. But this person drove, I don't know how many back roads they crisscrossed, retracing their steps. It took them like an hour and a half to deliver 8 stops. I was so confused. And now I do Amazon. I used to work for Amazon, and I still do Amazon delivery. So it should not take you an hour and a half to do 8 stops, especially backtracking.
I don't know if it's a funnel or a roll cloud, but just the left side of the screen, it's going to roll over. Definitely some convergence there. I would call it sooner a roll cloud or just a rolling motion under the shelf cloud here.
Okay, new SWS out now for Kalamazoo and Calhoun counties for that cell that IWX let that expire on. They're going to say winds up to 40, winds in excess of 40. We'll watch that. All right, let's take a peek at the latest SPC here. Wow. Okay, let's try and get that popped in here. Give me 1 second to load this in, see if it's loaded in yet. All right. Yes, it is loaded in, and no change. No change whatsoever. Let's go ahead and get this up on the screen for you guys so you can look at it. There we go. Perfect. All right, so SPC latest guidance here still has the bottom row of counties in Michigan in a slight risk level 2 out of 5 for damaging winds. With this line pushing up from northeast Indiana currently, that'll probably be the main and only show today for the southern part of the state. Again, all hazards are possible. They're still saying there is a low chance of a tornado. There's your wind map here. Here is your hail map. So low chance of hail. And then also your tornadic map still encompasses just north of I-94, all the way down through Indiana, Ohio, all the way down to a higher risk for potential strong tornadoes down by the Ohio River Valley. Okay, nothing changed. Still thinking this line that we're kind of watching on radar here is going to be the main concern. Taking that back really quickly here. There's a couple pockets of heavier wind gusts. As it moves up toward the Michigan border, it could happen all along this line. Really can't predict where. But taking a look at the current wind velocity, there's an area of concern here heading out of Fort Wayne in toward Angola. There's also a pocket of heavier wind up here near Athens, just north of Nottawa in St. Joseph County, Michigan. Also one heading up into Grand Rapids Metro. Some gusty winds, definitely a possibility there as well. The storm Caleb is on is still back down here. It's moving away from him at this point, near the Van Wert area. Caleb, what's your plan right now? Because I'm thinking Michigan's about to get active here, so I'm going to have to jump off soon.
I don't know how much further I'm going to go.
Okay. I'm probably going to take a break here. If you want to keep on rolling, you can, but I'm probably going to hop off and get a break while I can, just in case Michigan becomes active.
Okay. Right
So-
now, I'm probably going to let this go and probably hop back on and look at mesoanalysis and see what I want to do tonight.
Okay, so you want to end it then?
Yeah, we can go ahead.
Okay, so here's how it's going to go down, guys. We're going to end the stream right here. If anything happens in Michigan, you'll have us live with Michigan Storm Chasers on that page. And if nothing happens in Michigan tonight and Caleb decides to chase, we probably will be back live here on Great Lakes Storm Chasing Network, as well as Indiana and Ohio Storm Network pages. You guys want to tune back in and watch us chase as well. So with that being said, appreciate you guys tuning in to watch. We're going to monitor radar. We'll have updates as needed. You guys stay safe, and we'll likely see you guys later on tonight.